I was raised to believe that men and women were equal, and I'm telling you right now, they're not fucking equal. They're so extremely different. They're so extremely different. Men look for different things in women than women look in men. We're so different. Like, men operate logically, men operate with power, with strength. They care about their money, their fitness, their status. Women, what do they care about? Their beauty. It's not really what they care about, it's what the other genders cares what the other gender cares for about them, basically. So what you're doing right now is, you may have been brainwashed recently with all the bullshit that you see on the media and when you're scrolling on your fucking TikTok account or your Instagram or YouTube or whatever the fuck. You may have been brainwashed into believing that men and women were the same, or that feminism is real, or none of this bullshit matters. You may also have been brainwashed with the fucking red pill, drilling the ideas into you that, oh, men and women are fucking, like, basically telling you that men and women should hate each other. And I don't think that's true either. That's completely false. I'm not saying all red pill YouTubers do that and say that, but a lot of them do, basically. What I'm trying to convey to you right now is the best way to look at relationships and dating and all of that is by looking at religion first, is by looking at Islam, a religion that has lasted for 1400 years now and is the last religion on earth and is the best possible mindset you can adopt. It's not even just a religion, it's a lifestyle, bro. Basically what Islam tells us is that we, men and women, should not be promiscuous. Promiscuity is bad for both genders. However, I do believe that with scientific studies, they have proven that promiscuity is worse for women than it is for men, and I do think it's more disgusting for women, which is why they bear higher and worse punishments as far as I'm concerned, if you think of it a certain way. But you need to also realize that the beauty about Islam is that we don't even date. Like, we don't even have to get a girlfriend and then wait for 10 years and then fucking marry her. No, we don't need none of that. We can literally just say, I want to marry right now. Almost any Muslim man can get a good, decent Muslim woman who's covered up and who's dressed modestly, and that's the lovely thing about women, about Islam, sorry. We are still traditional. We are living in a traditional society still in Islamic countries for the most part. Now, feminism has been trying to seep its way into our culture, but we're trying to block it out. A lot of it does infiltrate our culture and brainwash a lot of the women here. However, I do believe that we can get through this and we can counter it, because these ideas are fucking evil, bro. These ideas are fucking evil by the Matrix, bro. They're being purported down our throats, making us believe that women should be strong and independent, basically telling us that women should be masculine and men should be feminine, which is fucking bullshit. It's totally hated in Islam, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting what they're trying to do, bro. They're trying to make men women. Oh, transgender, bro, transgender. Suck my dick, bro. Transgender? What? So you're gonna wave your dick on my kid's face? Like, what the fuck? I'm not even gonna... Fuck, bro. That's way too much to even imagine, bro. Way too much to even picture in your fucking head. It's honestly horrible what they've been doing to our culture and how they've been conditioning us. But the beauty about Islam is that basically any Muslim man can get any Muslim woman. Well, not any Muslim woman, but he can get a woman, essentially. While in the Western world, 80% of men can't get a single woman. 80% of men don't even have a girl. 80% of men are not married, probably more. 50% of marriages fail and end in divorce. You've heard that statistic before, haven't you? Well, that's because of dating. Dating is not even a real thing that's actually the right way to live and survive. Just think of it this way. Think of it in the long times, like long ago. How did people actually mate and procreate? Did they date and go on fucking dinner dates and cinema dates and bowling, all this bullshit, and then hope that they smash on the fucking first date? No. They just had to procreate. They just had to replicate their genes. They just had to essentially produce offsprings, and so they had to do it in any means possible. So people just married each other and procreated. That's how it worked. Well, they didn't marry like in the government sense, obviously, but whenever religion came in the conversation, people actually started marrying. And marriage has been very much needed and very much loved by society until about 50 years ago, in the Western world mostly. Everybody in the West now fucking demeans marriage and demeans this idea of having a family, a nuclear family, when it's the traditional way things have worked for thousands of years, bro. Tens of thousands of years. I'm not saying you need to be monogamous, because Islam does also allow polygamy for men, but it doesn't allow it for women. You see, that goes back to my point to why I do believe that women promiscuity is much worse than men promiscuity, having multiple partners essentially. Women are not designed for that. You can't ensure paternity. You can't ensure that the woman's kid is yours, essentially, if she was promiscuous, and it's completely disgusting. It gives you a gut-wrenching fucking feeling in your fucking gut, bro. Your heart closes, your blood pressure gets higher whenever you hear that your woman may be promiscuous. It's disgusting. It's horrible. For a man, it's not exactly the same, because men are designed to be somewhat polygamous if they can and if they prefer that lifestyle. So I do believe this is the best way to live, the Islamic way, traditional way, where if you would like a monogamous relationship as a man, you can have that, and if you'd like a polygamous relationship as a man as well, you can have that. While as a woman, you're only able to have a monogamous relationship, but you can have like one man who has different wives essentially. So yeah, basically this is the best way to look at it. You don't need to date. You can essentially get married like this. If I want to marry right now, bro, as a Muslim, I can literally snap my fingers like this and find me a Muslim girl from the area, or from my connections in the family, or from my connections, basically from my parents' connections. My parents could find me the perfect wife for me, and I'll just marry her. Like, I won't even overthink it. This is how it works here. It's still traditional, it's still beautiful. I won't even need to fall in love with her or anything. That's bullshit. Love is fucking bullshit, bro. If I wait to fall in love with a woman, bro, eventually that love is going to fade away. Love is just a fleet feeling. It's not a way to make decisions, especially as a masculine man. You need to make decisions logically, not emotionally, not sexually. You can't just look at a woman and find her attractive and then say you want to marry her. No, that's just your current fickle emotions, your fucking temporary emotions, bro. You can't make long-term, permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. I don't know why it took me so long to find that word, bro. Yeah, you can't do that. That's why 50% of marriages fail and end in divorce in the West. Why do you think they do? Well, obviously because the men and women don't actually want a nuclear family anymore, and because the women are promiscuous and the men are promiscuous, and women and men just hate each other, and women need all these standards and all these fucking boundaries from men, while men are not allowed to have boundaries, and it's a war constantly between the two genders. It's disgusting. And then there's the fucking promoting the LGBTQ community and all this bullshit, all these people that cannot procreate, literally. Why do you think the LGBTQ try to purport their ideas so much on children? Well, because they don't have children. Because they'll never be able to bear children or procreate. Because they're attracted to the opposite gender, to the same gender. Because they're homosexual. They can't bear children, bro. What do you think would happen if all of us were homosexual? Well, humanity would go fucking extinct. Do you think that's the right way to live? Do you think that's biologically successful, or that's biologically supposed to happen to us? Fuck no. It's all conditioning that's been happening in the West for years and decades. And people are just now starting to realize it. People are just now starting to realize how failed the Western society is, especially when it comes to this dating idea. This is why I support Muslim countries and I support Muslim traditions, and I do believe strictly in these morals and boundaries and standards. I do believe that every man should need these and should adopt these standards for themselves, because it's the best way to live. You can be polygamous, you can be monogamous, and your woman has to be loyal no matter what. It's beautiful. And the woman is happy. It's not fucking misogynistic. No, the woman is very happy being modest and being loyal to one man. That's how women are supposed to be. Women are supposed to be feminine and submissive. If she's in love with that man, it's perfect. It's the perfect relationship. He'll provide for her, he'll protect her, he'll essentially allow her to live in his house. He'll allow her a lot of rights, and he'll give her a lot, essentially. Which is why he deserves to be polygamous if he wants to. And of course, if the woman accepts that as well. If she doesn't accept it, she can just leave, obviously. But you get the idea. I do believe this is the best way to live. So if you're new to this idea, and to this idea of Islam, essentially, regarding dating and regarding relationships between men and women, I do advise you to look more into it, because the Islamic way is the best possible way you could have. It's truly amazing, bro. It's really amazing how Islam has built this beautiful community that we currently have in Muslim countries, for the most part. I truly hope that feminism and all this bullshit conditioning doesn't completely fucking brainwash our culture. But for now, yeah, I'll leave the rest up to you, bro. If you're like an atheist or a Christian or some other religion, bro, I do advise you to truly look into this, because it's beautiful. It's going to change your life, and it's going to change your whole future. Are you ready to have a good, modest, feminine, submissive, lovely, loving, caring woman? Well, you just have to become a great husband with morals and standards and boundaries. And also, you need to make your money, you need to be attractive, you need to do all the other stuff that you hear in the red pill all day. But you need to keep your morals. You can't become fucking John Zerka, bro. He doesn't have that many morals. Like, that's the real misogynist that you need to look about. Like, that's the real misogynist, in my opinion. And I do think Zerka says some good points sometimes, but yeah, that's just like a rant, whatever. yeah, I hope this video benefited you, bro. Thanks for watching, for real. And definitely look more into this idea of Islamic relationships.